It's time. Uh, I don't think I should do this. What I'm about to do. I've been planning this for a while. I'm not really planning, just thinking about it. There's this funny little game. It's a dating simulator. You, like, date dragons. That's pretty much it. They're just dragons. It's not meant... Crap. It's not meant to be like a meme or anything like that. It's obviously for a certain audience. So... I don't want to be, like, mean to it, because I hate dating simulator games with a burning passion. For numerous different reasons, like... I just feel like there isn't too much quality into them. They're usually very short. The only thing they have going for them is, like, they look kind of nice sometimes. Well, they usually have, like, very limited drawings or whatever. How's this look? Okay. Why is stream health yellow? It's always a resolution. Does anyone actually care about that? But, okay, what I was saying, they're usually very short. Like, I don't even know how long this game is. It's Angels with Scaly Wings. Hey, I don't know about that name. I don't even think some of the dragons you can date, I don't even think they have wings, so that's, like, kind of weird. Some of them are just, like, dinosaurs. They're not even dragons. This game's a fraud. But, I mean, they're short. They usually cost, like, at least $5. They have, like, maybe 12 drawings you can look at. Doki Doki Literature Club was kind of the big one, because it was like, oh, it's so scary. I never played that. I've never even played a dating simulator, really. I hope this is okay to show on stream. As far as I know, from, like, the 3 minutes of research I did, there is no nudity, but there is, I guess how you'd say, like, lewd content. What's a dating simulator game, and it's lightly mature, and I think they get, like, shot at some point. The dragons just die. I don't know what that's all about. Like, I've seen screenshots, but I've tried to not spoil it. I guess I should just play it. It was really loud when I loaded it up. What? Oh, wow, it has a Steam Workshop page. I guess that's neat. Okay. Here goes. I have 7 minutes played in this game, according to Steam. It has a bunch of achievements. Wow. I'm just looking at the Steam thing for it. There's, like, I think, like, every scene just gives you an achievement just because. Just for fun. Just an epic little thing. I guess I'll do Kirby after this or something. That went okay last time. Oh, there it is. I don't like that noise. Here's their little intro. I hope this isn't too... Ow! I'm gonna turn this down in OBS a bit just in case. Negative 10 decibels. You are an ambassador. There it is. Teleported to a strange land. Oh god. Dude. This was took a route of being like a crime game. I don't think it is. That'd be neat. Like a crime, that's just okay. That's just that one Marvel guy. That's Doctor Doom or whatever. But with a red cloak. Oh. With their little dragon tarot cards. Black holes, quantum entanglement. There he is. I don't know why I'm laughing. I don't think this is funny or anything. It's not really cringy. It's not bad. It's just so weird. It's so awkward. Something's like off about it, but I don't know what. There's all the side characters that no one cares about. I think they did like a Kickstarter. I think this game was like raised money with Kickstarter, and the reward was like, we'll include your freaking Dragon OC in the background if you want. That doesn't look terrible. looking at it on YouTube. It's very simplistic. I don't know what to expect about a dating simulator game. So they have this, like, gallery here, which I guess is, like, you see the little, funny little pictures. Crap. And you can look at them, again, all 12 of them, if you want. You can get help. I'm gonna need that. I don't know what that is. D-Class Rev 5.31. I don't know why, but this menu just reminds me of RPG Maker. It's just... RPG Maker has this, like, weird taint to it. Or, no, more like new RPG Maker. Not like what I used to make Final Fantasy Just Add Water, which was VX Ace. Because they released, like, several new versions while I was making that abhorrent game. What does help say? Okay, it's just controls. Delete save. Alright. I don't know what else to happen. Detecting user profile not found. Yeah? Do I have to click on this? Please enter your name. Alright. I don't even know. Weed, no. I always say weed. It's not creative. I got nothing. I could just say Erwin. Or my real name, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do like some epic meme like Shrek. Just how about just a normal name, Rick. I like Rick because it's very I hope I'm not offending any people named Rick or Richard or Dick or whatever, like anything like that. But Rick just comes off to me as a very unattractive name. Like if someone just said Rick, I'd instantly just like not get excited. Like Richard would be better. Or Dick, I guess. Dick, Rick just works so well. I don't know if it wants a first name, last name. Hades, Death, Blood Angel of Light's Bane in Hell. Hellman. Mr. Death. I'm just gonna go Rick. Choose a color. Magenta. Bro, they got the RuneScape gold, or RuneScape metal colors. Maroon. Maroon's Dagon. I could be really annoying being magenta, but I think this is like for the background. They're trying to do like the Earthbound thing where you decide like the flavor. Except this is just boring. I'll just do blue. Oh, that's the name of your color. I don't know. I don't even know how long I want to play this. I could be really should I just be really obnoxious? I kinda just want to do white. Yeah. I assume the other characters' names are going to be in a different color. Can I change the color, though, if that gets confusing? I'm not even paying attention to these. Okay, that would be all. The year is 20XX. Yeah. Where's this Diablo music? Only recently has humanity discovered a portal that leads into a different world populated with a race of intelligent talking dragons. I was one of the few to travel to this world through the Nether portal, but maybe I should start at the beginning. It all began when we discovered a strange device in the middle of nowhere during one of our expeditions. A portal. There it is. The Nether portal. I'd heard about similar technology before, though that had been more on an experimental level. From what I knew, other portals had been created in the past and were under consideration for mass application. As for this one in particular, Though we did not know who had built it, nor when or why we found it in the wilderness. Wildy, it's a RuneScape game. Or we did. What was more exciting to us was the fact that it was functional. Is it annoying for you to, like, for me to, like, narrate all this? Do I need to do that? What do you expect out of someone streaming a dating simulator? Why am I doing this? Am I gonna get attracted to the dragons and, like, get sad when they get freaking shot and, like, murdered? After our first test, we found that there was someone else on the other side who was in possession of a similar portal, and our attempts at communication through letters were successful. She just, like, threw them through the portal. But in the end, the machine's extraordinary demand for power meant we needed to act quickly, as we wouldn't be able to keep the portal open much longer. When we made this known to the other side, we received a very unexpected reply, a letter of invitation. After some deliberation, it was decided to accept their hospitality and send a person to the other side. There was an individual who took the job almost immediately. It was Rick. Was that me? Reza Escudedo. I knew him. Okay, so it's not me. Or rather, had known him. We attended the same school back then and even had a few classes together. We never really were very close friends, but we talked to each other occasionally and hung around with the same crowd sometimes. However, we still went our separate ways in the end. He was a pretty swell guy. I wasn't sure what to think about the whole thing, but he had to have known what he was doing. He certainly was brave. Either that or just very foolish. While I wasn't sure which, his courage was applauded by others. After all, he couldn't possibly have known who or what would await him at the other end of the portal. Need a breath. And if he did meet someone there, who knew what kinds of intentions they might have? It was a dragon. Not that any speculation on our part would have made a difference. When the day... Oh my god. I hope this, like, all the exposition is just... stops soon. When the day finally came, though he went with applause echoing across the area, equipped only with the clothes he wore, his multi-tool, a gun, and a device on his wrist that acted as a PDA. I hope this takes, like, a crime drama route. I just said that, but, like, that'd be neat. You have to, like, solve how these dragons got shot. It was the guy we sent in with the gun, probably. Then we waited. The crowd that was applauding him slowly dispersed when the enthusiasm died down, as there was nothing for us to do but wait and speculate. Approximately 8 hours later, we received our first message from him. While we had assumed the portal led to another in a different country, or maybe on a different continent, the reality turned out to be much more foreign. The situation he described to us was so outlandish that we initially took it as a joke. A very bad joke. Maybe even the worst timing and no punchline at all. Ah. It soon became clear to us, though, that we may just have made one of the most important discoveries since the dawn of mankind. Finding the portal had been remarkable in itself, but this took it to a completely different level. From what he described about the place, or more accurately, its inhabitants, we surmised it could not be part of Earth at all. We called them dragons, because according to Reza, that's what they were. It's rude of you to just assume they're that. Maybe they have their own name for themselves. Or at least what they were resembled most. Even though we found it hard to believe, it had been these dragons who sent us all the letters. They wrote with their little claw things. They, like, scratched on a board and threw it through, because they can't hold a pencil. And what Reza found on the other side of the portal was a whole civilization of them. They could talk, write books, had buildings and electricity. In many ways, their society that we live in was actually very similar to the one to our own. So who were they, and where was this place? Could they be aliens? I don't know about this. I know that, like, rating's a big part of dating simulators, but when I write stuff, I love to just I have problems with telling, not showing. But I don't know. Is there a better way that they could have done this? Like, maybe with a cutscene? Or at least, like, a visual aid. Like, just text on black background. I don't know. I just noticed the background, it looks like dragon scales. Ha. Neat. Okay, our speculations led us to conclude otherwise. After all, we knew about the existence of thousands of planets millions of light years away that may have been theoretically habitable. Yet even then, we had never found conclusive proof in regards to actual alien life forms. Some people brought up quantum mechanics and parallel universes, so it's a Mario 64 video. But in the end, All of this was just conjecture and an ultimately fruitless endeavor, since we neither had the means nor the resources to explore these possibilities in greater detail. I think there's just one more thing worth mentioning before I move on. Am I talking to myself? The previous isolation had been mutual. They hadn't known about the other intelligent life form beyond their own. Their portal had only recently been discovered and was a technology previously unknown to them. And just as we had myths about dragons, they had myths about us. Here's my human Sona. That was what we knew about them so far, and as interesting as learning these things and debating their cultural significance, significance, I'm having trouble with that word, was, we didn't really know what we should make of it all. Reza apparently was sure of what he was doing, though, as he eventually let us know that they had agreed on a trade. Oh my god. We were to give them a few of our PDA devices which contained vast amounts of knowledge, dwarfing even that of encyclopedias. In return, they would supply us with generators. What? Overall, they didn't seem as technologically advanced as we had been, but they did surpass us in that one aspect. Their means of generating energy seemed sustainable. Not only that, but evidently also quite efficient. We certainly would be able to put technology like that to good use, and trading mere past knowledge of the human race for something more tangible was a good call on his part. What's so special about the generators, though? Tell me, I want to know. That was where I came in, Rick. My prior experience in both biology and sociology made me a good fit to deliver our PDA devices for the trade, and while in the Dragon's world, waiting for the prototypes of our generators to be manufactured by them, I would act as an ambassador on humanity's behalf. What a way to make a first impression by a display of mutual goodwill. Everyone benefits and everyone goes home happy. All is well, at least that was the plan. Despite the images that living, talking dragons might conjure up in some people's minds, I didn't even think of bringing a weapon myself, considering that they were reportedly friendly and peaceful enough. There was no need for me to fear potential ill intentions like Reza did when he had stepped into unknown territory. In acting as humanity's ambassador, I had to do my best to uphold a high standard in fostering this diplomatic relationship. That's not the only relationship I'm going to be fostering, if you know what I'm saying. Yes. Master Luke. Did you ever say that, or what did Yoda call Luke? Did he call him Master? That'd be stupid, why would he say that? I liked him when the Star Wars 8, he like laughed and burnt down all those books and just kept laughing to himself, and like Luke was like trying to save them. Yoda's just being like a little jackass. It's actually really funny. I don't know if it was meant to be funny, because that movie was not very good in certain parts, especially the ending. Okay, what was I even saying? When the time came for me to step through the portal, all my mental preparedness vanished. My anxiousness was fueled by all the questions lurking in my head, just as the machine started to do its work. Would it hurt? Who would I meet on the other side? Probably dragons. Wow, what a surprise. What if they really weren't so friendly and just made Reza write those letters, with the pretense of appearing friendly, only to lure us into a den of man-eating monsters and certain doom, with us ending up as nothing more than a tasty afternoon snack? There's war in this game. It and Kirby have two things in common. Maybe I should have brought a weapon after all. Ow. Suddenly I felt a shiver coursing through my whole body and beyond when I disintegrated, as if every cell, every atom of my body was torn from me and pulled into a different direction. Ow. This is what it sounds like to get teleported. Your ears just break. I saw darkness and light painting patterns in the stars as they traveled, and images rapidly flashed before me of things unseen and unspoken, both horrifying and beautiful. It was an experience unlike any other, yet over in just a split second. Could I play the game now? Do you even play dating simulators? Then it was dark. I could only see a patch of lighter color contrasting with its dark surroundings as my vision started to clear. Its edges got sharper as the patch of light... How long has the stream been? Nearly 20 minutes. Nothing has happened. As my vision started to clear, its edges got sharper as the patch of light slowly took shape, giving me the distinguished outline of a reptilian head, and an array of horns spouting from it. First dragon. Oh. There he is. Or she, I don't know. Just a dumbfounded look. I don't know, would you have that look? Would I have that look? Would no one in particular, would anyone have that look if they just saw, like, like a horrifying creature just appear through a portal? Does he have a horn in his ear? The coloration's the same, so it looks like it looks like demonic. That's just kind of creepy. It was a dragon, and as I could now see, a dragon who not only had a pair of round glasses, but also wore a burgundy tie around its neck. What use does a dragon have for a tie? Okay, in the name of our people, I bid you welcome. If I may introduce myself, I am Remy, from Ratatouille, your guide and ambassador. A representative of our council. The dragon spoke. It was one thing to have heard and read about this, but something else entirely to have one standing in front of me, in flesh and blood, and tongue. It was good that all my mental preparedness had disappeared when I was teleported, because nothing could have prepared me for this. Sorry, I imagine you might still feel the effects of the teleportation. Drowsiness or weakness is not unusual, as is fainting and spontaneous emptying of your bowels. Yeah, I bet you'd want to see that, don't you? Sick. Why did he suddenly become just, like, really unkempt? Adjust your tie with your little claws, dude. How do you feel? Rendered speechless, I had totally forgotten that I was shouldering the burden of representing my people to them as well. So much for being professional. Look at this guy. He's like ears wrinkly. So much for being professional, but at least he gave me a good excuse for my blunder. Rick, I think I'm alright. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Maybe we should go before it gets too dark. Come with me, please. So I followed the dragon, not straying too far from him, as the sun had already departed for the day, and the remaining light diminished by the minute. Why is he the only one here? It's getting hard to see where I'm going. Sorry about that, but we had a good reason to schedule your arrival like this. We did not want you to be ambushed by a crowd. Oh, okay. See, they don't leave Chekhov's guns. They explain things. They don't just, like, leave you hanging. That is some good writing, in my opinion. So we had to keep your exact time and date of arrival secret. Thanks. I suppose an event like this would make me a celebrity of sorts. It would be the same if one of you came to us. That's quite an understatement. Some people here are rather superstitious. They might regard you, or any of your kind, as divine, I suppose. Really? How so? We do have certain myths that involve humans, and as such... Oh, I suppose the history lesson will have to wait for another time. Here we are. By this point, it had gotten so dark that I could barely make out the building before us. I briefly wondered whether they might have streetlights elsewhere, or if they just did not require any due to possible enhanced eyesight or night vision. I could vaguely see the dragon, his light colors still visible within the blackness that engulfed the area, rear up and manipulate the door handle with one of his four paws. What the hell's fit through there? Tiny little door. Okay, I don't really get this. So there's that tiny little chair there. Is the scale here, like, different? Like, am I, like, as big as that chair or something? And do they, like, just sit down on it? And, like, can multiple of them be on that couch? I assume their world here is just a little bigger or something, because otherwise that just doesn't really work. Hinges creaking, the door opened, and with the flick of a switch, the apartment was flooded with light, blinding me after all the time we had just spent without it. There he is. This is where you will live for the time being. It is fully stocked, but in case you need anything else, I left you a note with a few phone numbers. You know, the pizza man, the Chinese store. Or, well, they have, like, a different world, so I don't know if they know the concept of China. It is getting rather late, so I will have to take my leave now. In any case, someone will come and meet you tomorrow morning. Thank you, Remy. Have a good night. Until we meet again. With a nod, Remy left the apartment, mindful enough to close the door behind himself. Surveying the room, I considered the events that had just transpired as my gaze met the window. I could see movement outside, and as I drew nearer, startled, I could hear footsteps in the grass moving away quickly. Dude, that's like 5 commas in one sentence. Come on. Assuming it must have been the dragon I just met, I thought nothing of it as I went to bed and slowly succumbed to the sweet allure of sleep overdue. I spent a few moments thinking about my role, my mission, and what it meant to be here now. I felt the responsibility placed on my shoulders. I was eager for the adventure to come. Oh. Oh, right, you have like a choice to make or something. Well, you know what they say, old roads lead to Rome. I was eager, I guess, I don't know. So many possibilities and prospects raced through my mind. Truth be told, the thought of being able to meet entirely new species and civilization excited me, as I was going to be one of the first to truly experience their society with its own little quirks, differences, and similarities. I couldn't help but feel like some sort of modern Vasco da Gama or Marco Polo. I guess so. What about Leif Erikson? Maybe I would even write a book about the whole experience after it's all over. I was sure it would become a hit, all things considered. At any rate, this was going to be fun. That's not the only kind of fun we're having. Ominous. Inception. How long is this game? It has chapters? Is chapter 1 long? The dragon has silly scales. Back in the house. I awoke from uneasy dreams looking at an unfamiliar ceiling. Just for a moment, I wondered where I was before the events of last night all came back to me. After a good stretch, I looked around the room, illuminated by the sunlight coming in from the window. Outside, in the distance, the portal I had emerged from proudly stood on the peak of a small hill. Getting ready, I noticed something lying on the table. It was a note Remy had left for me in case I needed anything. Along with his own home phone and work number, there were also some numbers for delivery of food and other necessities, as well as emergency and even janitorial services. He had certainly thought of everything, even though I now had to wonder what a dragon plumber might look like. I feel as though this is very unprofessional on the dragon side. So, my guy is basically like an alien, and I'm kind of just in his house, and they're just leaving me alone. Like, I don't think this guy was supposed to pick me up. He just, like, found this human person, which was, like, an alien to them. Like, come out of this portal and was like, dude, come to my house. We have Monopoly. We can play Scrabble. I'll let you win the first time, but the second time, I'm going to try hard. I'm going to try to beat you. I hope you don't take that as being, like, mean or anything. I just really enjoy this game and would like at least some challenge out of it. Or would like to at least pose some challenge and actually try to succeed. My musings were interrupted when the doorbell rang. When I opened the door, I was met by another dragon. Oh great, more potential waifus. Yeah? It has this little hat. How do you put it on though? Your arms aren't big enough. Why is he so small? Again, this isn't a dragon, this is just like a dinosaur. You don't have wings. Hello? You must be Rick, I'm Sebastian, and I'll be your escort, or security, I suppose. Usually I work for the police, though. Nice to meet you. He seemed a lot small. That's what I said. He seemed a lot smaller than Remy, and when he somewhat nervously extended his arm towards me, I noticed he apparently only walked on his hind legs, the two forelimbs instead having distinct arms, hands, and fingers. Kisses. Is he gonna, like, shoot me if I do that? Do they have the concept of a gun? I don't think they really need one, but, like, I saw the dragon get shot in the intro, so probably. I don't like that. Nice to meet you too, Sebastian. So where are you taking me? Straight to business, eh? We're going to visit the planet where they are... The plant, not the planet, where they are making your generators. They have some news for you, or so I've heard. Reza will be there too. Sounds great. Just follow me. Dun, dun. While we walked, I was under the impression we were purposely avoiding the busier parts of the town, instead straying towards the edges and small alleys as to not garner too much attention. Looks like it says gamer. Even then we got the occasional stare. Yeah, why? I think they're really underplaying this, like, maybe their population is just lower, or this is like a tiny town. But, like, you think you'd kind of be terrified if you saw that, like, walking through your town. At least you'd want to, like, see what's going on. You wouldn't just look at it, like, confusedly. After just a couple of minutes, we arrived at our destination where we were met by Reza, as well as yet another dragon, a vicious-looking beast that didn't stay too close to him. Oh. Dr. Pavel, I'm CIA. The dragon represents the airplane. Hey. This guy's the main boyfriend, though. If you don't date him, you aren't playing the game right. Reza, long time no see. How true that is. Good to finally see another human face around here. What a coincidence to have you of all people show up. Yeah, I guess those degrees aren't so useless after all. By the way, who's your friend? Just my bodyguard, same as yours. Don't bother with him, he doesn't talk much. All of these are mean. He looks grumpy. Is he gonna overhear that? That's what he always looks like, and yes, that does mean he's always grumpy. The two dragons exchanged a few words, and as I met the gaze of the larger tenebrous dragon, a few... What's this music? I'm gonna turn this down slightly again. Oh. They got their little thing there. The two dragons exchanged a few words, and as I met the gaze of the larger, tenebrous dragon a few paces from us, Sebastian turned towards me and spoke up again. There he is. Hey Rick, this is Maverick. Nice to meet you. Yeah, whatever, just don't expect me to give you any special treatment like everyone else is, and we'll be good. What are you talking about? Sir, saying you haven't noticed the stairs and how they all treat you like you're the next messiah or something. No, I just thought... Just zooms away. We're not the ones making a big deal out of this, you are. We're just here to get what we agreed on and then we'll be gone. If anything, I'd actually prefer it if you left us alone, but you're the one who insists on following me around wherever I go. This guy could just, like, tear you apart in seconds. I don't even see his gun on him. The growl escaped the darker dragon's trembling lips as I bared his teeth at Reza. Yeah, zoom back into frame. Alright, that's quite enough. Let's just all go inside already, shall we? After you. Who? There are like 3 people you're talking to. Okay, that doesn't work. Is that supposed to be like a women's restroom sign, but they don't stand on 2 legs? Why would it look like that? I'm noticing plot holes left and right. I think they made this art for like a human dating game, or it's like a reused asset, but they just kind of drew dragons over it. The crisis was quickly averted as we entered the building, which was characterized by its many floors, high ceilings, and long, narrow hallways as Sebastian led us to our destination. Oh no, it's the nerd. There you are, I was waiting for you. Oh no. Yeah? Again, this is just a dinosaur. Wait a minute, I thought we were going to meet the guys from production. What are you doing here? Oh, she's doing the blush. They're only coming in later today, so you'll just have to make do with me. I see. Something weird about the fact that they're just kind of not making eye contact. I just like noticed that and thought it was sort of funny. I guess, I don't know. I don't like this music. I just want ambience. Well, Rick, this is Anna. She kind of manages this building, though actually she's more involved with the research wing. Ha, I get it, wings, they don't have wings. Rather than production engineering. So it's just a system shock level. Nice to meet you. My pleasure. I have something for you, by the way. It'll take them a while to make all the generators we promised, but we've got one for you here. Feel free to send it home and give it a test. That's great, I'll take it. Looks a little small if you ask me. Don't underestimate its power. It's a little Star Wars reference right there, I bet. That's right. Oh, and do be careful not to drop it, or else it will cause a nuclear explosion. Sure, I'll be waiting outside while you do your thing, Rick. Just zooms away. Good transition. I don't like how they still haven't explained what's so special about the things they're giving us. Is it like they're powered on human souls or something? And that's why they're keeping a secret? And it's like revealed at the end, and like the final boss fight, you have to shoot the dragons or something. It's just the Chu 10 final boss fight where you have to click the screen and like use the cheat engine to slow the game down, or else it's actually impossible to beat, even with like superhuman reflexes. I suppose I'll wait for you outside as well. What thing? Oh, have you brought the PDA? Of course, here you go. Right, now to give this thing a test run. The PDA lit up as her hand swiftly moved across its interface and calculated motions. How? She has claws. She just tear it. Like, scratch the screen. I need super screen protectors. By the way, would you consider letting me run some tests on you as well? It would only take a drop of your blood. What? Why? I work in biology, so obviously this kind of thing would be very interesting to us. I'd share the results with you, of course. I guess so. Great. She was quick to produce a small device from a drawer, which, from a glance, reminded me a lot of a test tube. I see that smirk. She's gonna tear into me and, like, slurp the blood up. She's a vampire. It's revealed at the end again. Then you have to, like, shoot her with the silver bullet, and then you win. You bury the bones for 30 prior experience. Now, if you would give me your hand, please. She's gonna kiss it, like I did the Sebastian guy. That's why I did that, or else the choice wouldn't have mattered. As I reached out to her, she took my hand into hers before she pressed the device into the back of my hand. I winced in pain as pain jolted through my hand. Okay, you said hand like 5 times again. Something sharp drove itself through my skin, and shortly afterwards, a droplet of blood was sucked into the tube attached to the small needle. Thanks. You're welcome. You gave Anna your blood, and I got a Chivo for that. Why are there emojis in this game? Looks like your PDA is good, by the way, so we're just about done here. And since we're both in biology, it could be interesting if you want to meet me some other time as well. Here's my number. Alright. See you soon. Is that supposed to be like flirtatious? Well, that was interesting. Did she ask you for your blood too? Yeah. Did you give it to her? Oh. That was weird. Yes. Oh, well, it's your choice. We've got no idea what they might do with it, though. They're gonna clone us. I'm getting hungry. How about some breakfast? I'm all for it. I can't stand early mornings like this. That shouldn't be a problem. There's a cafe not far from here. What do you say, Mavers? I wouldn't mind to grab a bite myself. That settles it then. Luckily for us, the cafe was mostly empty when we arrived. Again, how are they supposed to sit on these chairs? Uncle Mugen? Like the game Mugen? Okay, this is where the moment of truth comes. If, like, there's a character named Uncle Mugen, then this isn't just an asset flip. Luckily for us, the cafe was mostly empty when we arrived. It was still pretty early in the day. Reza was quick to lead me to a table for 2, prompting the dragons to get one of their own at the other side of the restaurant. That's mean. Finally, I can't stand that guy being on my tail all the damn time. I don't think I can play this game. Baby just likes you a lot. I'll be logical, it's probably for security. I'm very much aware that is what they're saying. We were approached by an individual who appeared to be the waitress of the cafe. She was an interesting-looking dragon who, unlike the others I had seen so far, was much more akin to a wyvern, possessing 2 rather large wings as her forelimbs, which resembled those of an oversized bat. Oh god. Bro, the dragon has its eyes on you, watch out. Oh, it's the humans. Can we have a funny little man? Wait, where? This guy just hates me. That's a good one. I'm not the human, you are. Welcome to our establishment. My name's Adine, and I will be your waitress today. Not Mugen. Uncle Mugen? Coffee, donuts, is it pasta? Burgers? But wouldn't they need an extra large burger to serve extra large people? Dragons. Welcome to our establishment. I just said that. What can I bring you to? How about some scrambled eggs? What's the special? Yeah, me too. Just make it quick. Sure thing. 2 specials coming right up. Well, today's menu's completely blank, so I'll never know what I ordered. As I was saying, if you look at the big picture, don't you think there's just something off about this whole place? Where is it really? Is this supposed to be a completely separate place from Earth or even a different dimension? Some things just don't add up. Don't you think so? I don't know. I can't really say much more with you know who over there. He's probably listening to us right now. Yeah, I'll just, like, just weird this guy out. When I let my gaze wander, I saw that Maverick was looking in my direction. Our eyes met briefly, his expression not showing any discernible emotion, while I wondered whether it had been just a coincidence or if he really was able to hear us from the distance. I do have some theories, and if I'm right, we might be in trouble. Yikes. What kind of trouble? What are you talking about? Shush, be quiet. I'll let you know more as soon as I can, but for now, let's just play along. After all, we already have one of these babies. Oh, you mean the generator? Pat the generator's box for emphasis. God knows we need them. Oh, there she comes. The female returned, astounding me with her ability to balance the dishes on the edges of her wings. She placed her forelimb on the table and proceeded to move the dishes from her wings to us with a gentle push of her snout. It gets her like snot all over it. There you go, watch out, it's hot. Shoo, scaly face. You're welcome. See, if you compliment them, you get extra points, and you can use those points to purchase more generators, and you get more bonus points at the end, probably. Apparently, today's special consisted of an odd-looking fish of some sort. I was a little hesitant to try it, but considering the steam coming from it, it was probably better to wait a few minutes anyway. Oh, my nose. When the waitress brought out meals to the two dragons across the cafe and exchanged a few words with them, Reza leaned forward and whispered something to me. I'll send you a letter with a coded message later. You'll know what to do. Finally, there's a puzzle segment. Reza rose from his seat before he made it. Oh. It was getting clogged. Before he made it known to me that he still had a few things to do and left the restaurant, I followed shortly after by the larger of the two dragons. Oh, followed shortly after by the... Okay. But you haven't even touched your fish. I wasn't in a hurry, so I spent a few more minutes in contemplations while I looked out the window. Not that this whole situation was already bizarre enough, there was also now the vague sense of danger conveyed by Rez's earlier words. I did not even have an idea what kind of threat might be lurking out there. Eventually I took a bite of my somewhat unusual breakfast. While I already thought the smell was quite peculiar, the taste had been even worse. I imagined it might be the kind of delicacy that had an acquired taste, one that I certainly hadn't acquired yet. I decided to get outside before it was too late. Are you done? Sure am. How'd you like it? I'll just say it's probably not for me. And you wouldn't be the only one to say that. You better wait outside just in case it decides to come up again. Okay. I'm a brave man. I tried the fish. Sure thing. I'm in their little villa now. I stepped outside, taking in the scenery of this strangely familiar world. In the short time I was here, I had already found the similarities between their world and our own utterly fascinating. After all, we were talking about an unmapped place like a never-before-seen form of life. With it, however. As far as discoveries were concerned, even something as simple as a new unicellular organism or even bacteria would have been remarkable. Yet here I was, standing in the middle of a village evidently built by this race of intelligent talking dragons, with a society not unlike our own. They even live in theirs. Reza didn't seem to share the same interest and instead was more smitten with the generator, but given our reasons for... Oh crap. Dropped my phone. I don't know where it went. It's like somewhere down there. I actually don't know where it is. Is that it? No. Oh well, it's gone forever. Wait. No, that's not it. I think it went behind my... No, it... Where did it go? I can't... I gotta turn on the light. This is very comedic. I don't see it. Ow. Since I have a headset on, this is very humorous. Oh wait, it was behind me the whole time. How did it get there? It's like Netflix. I was just like playing with me phone, not like looking at it, just like spinning it around while reading this stuff because I'm getting bored. Who would have known that I wouldn't enjoy a dating simulator, with, even though I think dragons are pretty neat. Resident seemed to share the same interest and instead was more smitten with the generator, but given our reasons for coming here in the first place, I couldn't blame him for his enthusiasm being focused on something else. My thoughts were interrupted as something suddenly zipped past me just a little too close, causing me to stumble back. It was a rather small dragon with a bag clamped in its maw who apparently had somewhere to be. Oh. They all are anime. I regained my... Why did they do that? I thought that's like a character you could speak to. Are they gonna come up later? Wait a second. I gotta check something. Oh hey, I got a Steam trading card for this game. Well, that's interesting. It's worth 6 cents. Alright, that was pointless. I don't know why I did that. I regained my footing and watched as it disappeared into the distance. Even though I had seen enough dragons to recognize their variations in size, color, and other attributes, I guess this one must have been a juvenile of its species. Shortly afterwards, Sebastian joined me outside, having taken care of the tab. I gave her a generous tip on your behalf. I hope you don't mind. Sure. Don't worry about it. In any case, now that you've given us the PDA and Reza has a generator, you're free for today. So if you want to go anywhere in particular, let me know, or I could show you around town. I was tempted to be given a tour, but considering Reza's words, I wanted to be careful and not stray too far without knowing more about this world first. I think I'll stay home for today. I still have to get used to everything, you know? I'll just accompany you back then. There we are. Home sweet home, for now at least. Well, if you need anything, I'll be outside until my shift ends. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, see you tomorrow. See ya. I hadn't really looked at the apartment much, so I spent the rest of the day investigating it and relaxing. I considered checking out some of the phone numbers Remy had left me, but I thought it was better to keep a low profile for now. I found the kitchen fully stocked with plenty of groceries, though the variety was wasted on me. I hadn't been a particularly great cook in the first place, but what was more, I didn't even recognize some of the things I found there. Whether they were edibles that we had back home that I just didn't know about, or something completely alien, I wasn't sure. But I didn't want to take the risk of eating anything I didn't know. After all, it was possible that some of the comestibles might be fine for them to eat, but still be poisonous for us. I was also glad to find a shelf that was filled to the brim with a variety of books. While I found the subject matter of man, myth, or reality to be quite intriguing, I had to give up after just a few pages due to its exceptionally dry writing style, which I wasn't inclined to enjoy at the moment. Oh, I really don't. This music just like makes me tired. In the end, I settled for an adventure novel about a dragon archaeologist who stumbles upon the remains of a long-lost human civilization, after which she is hunted by an evil organization who wants to use the found magical artifacts for its own nefarious purposes. While entertaining, I had to admit that it reminded me a little too much of the trashy novels we had at home. I certainly found it amusing that certain tropes were not really unique to us as a species, though I wondered whether this kind of literature had fallen into disfavor here as it had back where I had come from. I'm reading about me reading. I was reading a particularly exciting scene in which the hero, Sheridan, uses one of the magical artifacts shaped like a pair of human hands, holding a scepter with a globe at the top to prevent herself from being crushed and ground into a bloody pulp by an ancient human temple's moving walls when I suddenly heard the doorbell ring. The thing is, though, this doesn't really work, because we don't just have hundreds of books about, like, dragons. Oh. It's the mailman. Yep, you gotta look all the way down, see they're just not wearing pants. Why is his style so much different? The, like, outline is thicker or something. Hello there, would you please sign here? I'm not signing away my rights with this, am I? I've got a letter for you that requires signature confirmation. I see. Looking over the clipboard the small dragon was holding up to me, I saw that the sender of the letter in question was Reza. There you go. I'm Lauren, by the way. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions? What is this about? I'm just making small talk. Wait a minute, I reckon... Yeah, what? The, like, outlining is thicker, I think. I don't know if that's it, but... That might... I don't think that's it, actually. It might be the eyes. Or, like, the shadow. Something's just different. I don't really know what. But it doesn't matter. I recognize you. You try to do the same thing with Reza. Maybe I should report you to your superiors for your inappropriate behavior towards your clients. But it's important. Please just let me talk to Rick for a few minutes. I know how it is. If you want an interview with one of the humans, you'll have to get permission from the proper authorities. Help me out here, Rick. As an ambassador, you care about the accurate portrayal of humans in the media, don't you? Then you should talk to me. Otherwise, someone else would fill in the blanks, and who will fill in the blanks, and who knows what they will come up with. Let me show you something. The small dragon opened his bag, rummaging through a number of letters and small packages. It's gonna be like a mail bomb. He's just gonna give it to me, I'll just die instantly and have to start from... Should I save? Quick save, okay. Oh, I think I lost it. There's gonna be a puzzle here. If I don't open the package within 30 seconds, I blow up. I guarantee it. Anyway, I wanted to show you some pictures of what people think humans look like. On some of them, they have like 4 heads and look nothing like you. It's crazy. What are you, Laura? I'm a reporter. No, I'm just... Do you want me to remove him, Rick? Is what he is saying true? Yeah, I guess. I see, that sounds pretty interesting, though. This would be a good time to show us your funny little drawings. They would each make it kind of funny. Again, show, not tell. I guess that doesn't really apply to dating simulators, because it's like, everything's just telling. Alright, you can leave your number here, and maybe I'll call you later, but that's all I can promise. Thank you so much. He quickly produced a small sheet of paper and scribbled his number on it. Afterwards, he sheepishly presented it with both hands. Alright, you got what you wanted. Off you go now. Away with you, vile beggar. Sorry about that. Don't worry about it. I guess that should be all. I'll see you tomorrow then. Right. Get out of my house. With all the commotion, I almost forgot that I was also still holding Reza's letter. Within the plain envelope was a similar plain sheet of paper with his handwriting. When I started reading, however, I saw that this wording was so full of the pleasantries I knew he hated that I assumed every word of it was fake as to conceal its true intent. He did mention I know what to do, but I was unsure of how I was supposed to decode the letter's secret message. I didn't remember ever having a conversation about this topic with him, yet he still relied on me to remember whatever it was that I was missing, or he thought I would just be able to figure it out on my own. This is what it said. Hello, my dear friend. I hope this letter reached you swiftly and in good condition. Unfortunately, we were not able to catch up earlier, so I wanted to write you this letter. How have you been these last 2 years? What have you been doing? How's the family? I feel like there's so much we should talk about since we haven't seen each other much recently. At least we have a chance to do so in this form. Quite an exciting adventure we are on now, right? How have you liked it so far? Made any dragon friends yet? Haha. Anyways, I'll still be looking forward to your reply soon. Best regards, Reza. Various things came to mind. Only reading certain words or letters was one that I thought of immediately, but I couldn't make out anything after trying to find a system within its array of letters and lines. Maybe I had to look more carefully. Look elsewhere? Do I actually have to solve this, or is it just solve itself? Maybe refer to the fact that we were both given an apartment, considering the things they provide for us. Maybe I just had to find the right object to decode the message. There are many everyday items here, though, and of course I still have no idea in particular. Oh my god, I don't want to do this. The bookshelf was stocked with a great... I don't even really want to read much of this anymore. Do I need to do this? So that the right from the human invader standing within the door frame. Hero quickly stabbed him with his magic pen. War. Alien invasion by human aliens, is that what they think we're like? I don't think this matters. Bathroom. Pain meds. Just overdose. I don't think I should do that. Of course, and no hint either, just some body wash. Kitchen. Go in the fridge. New stuff. Look at the meat. Just dragon meat. Pasteurized. Egg. Can I crack open all of his eggs? I'm gonna crack your eggs. Some label contains some sort of white liquid inside. Well, here goes nothing. Salty. Okay, I don't like that. I really don't like that. I'm sorry. Just some fruits and veggies here. Date, fig. Oh, date. Get it, because it's a dating game. Put it on the floor and then step on it, what would happen? I'd be going on a date. No, there's no hint there. I just made that joke. For example, they are the leaves which Adam and Eve cover themselves up in the Bible's book of Genesis. Wait. This phrase, take the word sycophant. I don't care. Figuratively speaking, yeah, just skip to the pun. I don't need to know everything else. Pear. Nice pear, because there's 2 of them. So daddy, grapefruit, fine. Oh, stop whining. Fruitarian lemon. Lemon juice. Oh. See you next time in class we learned that. Okay, I thought I'd have to, like, this is all useless, but I actually accomplished something. Meet me at the portal tonight, 10 p.m. was all the message said. I wasted a good amount of time, but I still had some left before I'd have to go out to meet Reza, so I decided to make some lunch. Dude, you should... This Reza guy needs to be happy I, like, randomly thought back to the grade or whatever. Because that's, like, a really random thing to, like, just expect someone to know how to do. Or, like, to just expect that they'll have, like, access to a lemon. Like, how do you just... you can't just assume that. Afterwards, I resumed reading my book about the continuing adventures of Sheridan and her exploits in destroying cultural artifacts. Unsurprisingly, it came to an happy end with the evil organization stopped in its tracks, at least for now. I thought the ending was deliberately left open for ambiguity, but when I turned the page and saw the advertisement for next entry in this apparently long-running series of books, I realized all of it had just been a ploy to set up the inevitable sequel. Luckily, the disappointment didn't last as long as I had to get going to meet Reza at the portal. When I got outside, it didn't seem quite as dark as when I arrived yesterday. I might have had difficulties finding my way otherwise, but I could still see the portal in the distance. You gotta mark it with torches and glowstone. As I was walking, I wondered if anyone was following me, but the land seemed oddly deserted. Was everyone already asleep? Just gonna find him, like, crouching in the shadows. Hops out at me and kills me. Eventually I arrived at my destination. Reza was already standing idly by the portal, his fidgeting making it obvious that he had been just waiting for me. I was already wondering whether you'd get it at all. Well, you didn't make it. Yeah. What a wonderful night it is. The stars. Just look up at the stars. You can see them so clearly here, without all the pollution lingering in the air like back home, almost as if we were looking right into the face of eternity itself. For so long, humanity thought we'd find aliens out there. Yet after all these years, we found we were still alone in the universe. Turns out we were just not looking in the right place. What's going on, Reza? Why did you call me here at this time? For one, because we're sending the generator home. Right, before I was sent here, they told me they would limit the use of my portal as they couldn't afford to keep it open all the time. In order to keep in contact with us and to enable us to send things over to them, the portal would be open for just a quarter of an hour each day. Sending something back home wasn't really problematic for us since the high energy expenditure associated with sending bigger objects only affected by the sender, not the receiver. However, this meant that until all business was concluded in regards to our trade with the PDAs and the generators, we were basically stuck here. As for the other, do you know what this place is? You said something about trouble. How much danger are we in, really? More than enough. I'm afraid this whole place will be gone soon, and we better not be here when it happens. What are you talking about? Hoped you'd see it too, but then it took me a while to understand, and I had a head start on you in any case. Like a movement. Reza? This might take a while to explain, but we've got the whole night. Reza, look. He turned around to face whatever I've seen. He squinted to be hard before he called out. Hey, how dare you follow me even here? The disturbance came closer until it became clear that it was Maverick, who had hidden nearby to listen on our conversation. I knew you were up to no good. What were you talking about? What are you planning to hear? Some kind of attack? Wait a minute, there's no reason for it. Don't try to deny it. I heard you were both talking about it in the cafe, and I saw the letter. You think I couldn't smell the lemon on it? Pathetic. You'll have to come with me to the police station now, both of you. Come on, I think you're overreacting, but we'll come... Oh, God. Okay. I wasn't expecting that to happen. So Anime Man just shoots a dragon expecting it to, like, hurt it. I'm surprised he's, like, just he has a tiny little, like, revolver ocelot gun. Revolver. I was expecting, like, a... Wait, no, but... I don't think that gun would make that sound if you shot it. That doesn't really work. Maybe I don't know anything, but... something doesn't seem right here. Come on, Rick, let's get out of here. Dragon said I could see the wound where the bullet had penetrated his hide. A trickle of blood stained his dark scales in the earth beneath. Reza used the opportunity to run off in some direction. I wasn't sure which. I frantically scanned my surroundings looking for Reza, though he had already vanished into the darkness. What was I supposed to do? Run away as well? Help Maverick? I was just a diplomat and had no idea what was happening. Bruh, why are you hurting me? I didn't do that. Okay, Reza, could you just, like, shoot this dragon again? He's kind of being a jerk. Suddenly, the dragon whipped around, hitting me in the guts with his thick tail. I was lifted off the ground briefly before I felt the impact of my body hitting the ground hard enough that my vision blurred almost immediately. Deafening roar battered my ears. Was this his cry for help? I could barely move, but I found it better not to try, as to not startle the wounded dragon more than he already was. It certainly would have ended badly for me if he tried anything. I heard him take a few unsure steps before he lay on the ground, panting. I'm still watching you, you know, and you better not move, for your own good. If I have to get up again and come after you in this condition, I can promise you I won't be nice. It took a few minutes of listening to his labored breathing before someone arrived. It was two dragons, the first I recognized as Sebastian, the other one I didn't know. I heard Sebastian and Maverick exchanging a few words when the stocky fellow approached me. What? Oh God. He's coming. Hey, I got another card. Great. Hey kid, you alright? Dizzy. I'm Bryce, the chief of police in this town. Can you tell me what happened? I'm not sure. Is that so? His face was stern and seemingly lost in thought as I overheard Sebastian's conversation. Yeah, but you're the flyer on duty. We probably won't find him now. Not here in the darkness, at any rate. Well, that's just brilliant. What do you think, Chief? What do you think, boss? Rick, can you walk? Yeah, I think so. Alright, Sebastian, take Rick to the apartment. Get us some help here for Maverick, and then we'll look for Reza. Right on. Come on, Rick, I'll help you up. I was still shaken up by the events I just witnessed when I arrived at my apartment. Not knowing anything better to do, I soon fell into a deep slumber. So he shot him with his tiny little gun, and now they're, like, looking for him or something. I wonder if he's the antagonist. There's gonna be, like, a darker power. The next day I woke with many questions lingering in my head. My headset's already starting to hurt my forehead. This always happens after, like, an hour or so passes of using it. Next day I woke with many questions lingering in my head. I considered calling someone from the police department to ask about Reza and Maverick, but in the end I decided against doing so, as I was sure they would contact me if they had anything to tell me. I knew it was no use worrying about it for now, so I settled for starting another book. Get to read like 5 more books again. It didn't take very long though, before the doorbell rang. There he is. Did Bryce, the chief of police, take it upon himself to escort me today? Oh, it's you again. Are you surprised? No, but I guess it'll mean bad news. Afraid so. How are you holding up? Better than yesterday, that's for sure. Let's go for a walk then, shall we? Sure. I hate this music. I don't think... It's not terrible, but I don't think it fits. And it just, like... I don't know about it. It doesn't feel right. I just expect, like, ambience, but maybe you're not supposed to do that. This time I was taking a different route than yesterday, and I was quite sure there was more to this than just taking a walk. I'll just go ahead and guess you didn't find Reza. Yeah, we hoped he would come back on his own by now. Do you have any idea where he might be? Maybe he mentioned some sort of place in particular that holds some meaning to him. No, not really. We didn't get a chance to talk much at all yesterday before. There's that, too. I have no idea why Reza would have done anything like that. I had the impression that they weren't very fond of each other, but this... How is he, by the way? Oh, Maverick is doing fine, but there's plenty of blame to go around. You're right, they didn't particularly like each other. In his statement, Maverick says he suspected Reza of planning some sort of attack. Do you know anything about that? No, he only told me something was going to happen, not that he was planning anything. At least that was the impression I got. He's suspecting you too, by the way. That you both planned this all from the beginning. No, that wouldn't make sense. Actually, none of this is making any sense. Why would we go through all the lengths of our agreement only to jeopardize it by doing something like this? You already have our PDAs, and we don't have much to show for it yet. If we had any nefarious plans, this wouldn't have been a very good idea. You have a good point, I believe you, but from our side, we only have Maverick's word on the whole matter. After all, he was the one who spent the most time with Reza since he arrived here. But even then, he didn't really have any reason to follow you yesterday, and his behavior was completely out of line. I'm just glad you came out fine. If he wasn't on mandatory sick leave, because he got shot and got sick from bullet sickness or something, he would be suspended right now. We'll have to wait until this whole thing is over before we decide what to do with him. I can assure you this won't be taken lightly. I don't know. Acted on a heated moment. Still got quite a lot on our hands now, though. We have a wounded dragon and a missing human. If only we could have a missing dragon and a wounded human. This could lead to a diplomatic crisis. Maybe Reza will still show up soon and we can get all this behind us. I hope so too. I really wouldn't want to jeopardize everything over this unfortunate incident. Yeah, how about we both just keep quiet about this whole thing for now? After all, I don't think any of us wants our people panic about this already, right? I merely nodded in agreement. Shouldn't I be meeting like their president? Or their king or whatever, not their freaking policeman? Police dragon. Eventually, we arrived at the police station. This game isn't even a dating simulator. I've just been like talking to these dragons and that guy got shot. Eventually, we arrived at the police station where the chief took my formal statement in regards to yesterday's events. He asked me about Reza and Maverick, too. Not that I knew much of anything that preceded yesterday's events or the mysterious catastrophe Reza had mentioned. Afterwards, he thanked me and left to file my statement. While I sat by his table, waiting and listening to the going-ons of his small provincial town police department. When he returned, he was approached by someone who seemed to have urgent news. A lot of talking between the two ensured that I couldn't make out from my position. This went on for a bit until Bryce returned to me. Afraid I have more bad news for you. Reza has now officially become a murder suspect. Murder? Oh no. How did Dragon die, though? We're headed to the crime scene and hoped you'd come with us. Oh. There's someone else. I thought, like, He was gonna leave like the Maverick guy died from the wounds, but I guess he shot someone else. Me, a crime scene, I don't really know much about forensics. It's just that you're the only link to the rest that we have. Consider what he said would happen to us. It's in all of our interests that we find him as soon as possible, and if he has anything to do with it, you might be able to help us find him. Your cooperation would certainly be appreciated, and it would be a nice gesture to show us that you're trustworthy in the eyes of those who might think otherwise after what happened yesterday. I'll help you, sure. I suppose I don't really have much choice here, but you're right. We've got to find Resident. If that's what I take, then I'll do it. Very well, let us go then. If you say no, he just picks you up by like the collar with his teeth and drags you there. Holds like a gun to your back with his claws. On our way to the crime scene, he tried to prepare me for what would come. I had studied biology, so I was familiar with the sight of dead animals, asking myself how similar this would be. I wonder if my reaction would be any different if it wasn't a dragon, but a human corpse I would be seeing. Oh no, I'm going to see a dead dragon. Dead dragon effect. That's an old reference. When we arrived, we were met by Sebastian, who gave us an overview of the whole situation. This morning, the victim was found by a delivery flyer for a restaurant. Blood loss from multiple wounds are the likely cause of death. Forensics was already here, so feel free to poke around. A few paces in front of us, the unfortunate victim lay on the ground, covered by a sheet that concealed the body, but not the large red stain beneath. We approached, while Sebastian went off to deter any curious onlookers. Okay, I want to see that dead dragon. I know it won't be pretty, and I'm sorry for putting you through this, but you know what's at stake here. Just remember what I told you and you should be fine. Alright, are you ready? Yeah. Oh no. He's green. Have I seen this one before? Bruh. What do you think? That's awesome. Well, he's definitely dead. Yeah, rest in rip. When he just says rip, that like sounds like he's not really caring. Like he's just saying, yeah, rip. What a shame. He was a great man. What a rotten way to die. Let's just say this will be your test. And tell me what you can deduce from what you see. Give it your best shot. What? This is a puzzle game. I knew it. 2 wings, 2 legs, just like the waitress in the cafe, about as big as human. Lengthwise, if not slightly taller. The wingspan would certainly look impressive at that size. What? Again, I don't think I have any, like, free will here. I'm just kind of looking at all the cuts. The wounds are kind of hard to miss. True, but what are they telling you? It was suicide. Just slashed like 20 times. Did he, like, take a sword to this dragon? They were inflicted with a sharp implement. Sure. They are clean cuts, like from a knife or another sharp instrument. But how does it hurt them? He's a dragon. Why does this matter? I don't think it... How could he do that, though? Just cut like 20 times? Why would he use a knife now? Right. Weapon was using... He's using a manager called a gun, right? Yeah. What strange contraptions. Well, he could have had a reason to use a knife over his gun if it was him. Can you think of any? I don't think... like, everything's just suggesting it was a suicide, but I don't... How would you do that? People don't, like, commit suicide like that. I don't know about these dragons' work. He, like, bit someone. I'm seeing the blood around his mouth. You try to fight him. Makes him look cooler. Trying to hide from the police. Something as loud as a gunshot would have easily given away his position and lured others in the area. Right, that could be a good reason. By the way, what wound do you think was the lethal one? Right on his neck. I think it was the one on his neck. That's right. If all the blood from it wasn't a giveaway, it's a stab wound characterized by a rather small footprint. You can see it's also the deepest one. And from the location, it's pretty obvious this must have done tremendous damage. I hope this is a thumbnail, just this, like, dead, bleeding dragon. What else do you see? The blue blood. There's a lot of blood. Blood splash suggests that... I don't know. Hemophiliac? Does that mean he bleeds easily? Yeah. This isn't blood. He was dragged here after he died. This isn't... I don't know. None of these just that he died here. Yeah, I guess he died here. Players also suggests where they fought. That's true. Fortunately, it doesn't help to determine who the perpetrator is. Objection. Shut up. Why'd you have to include that? That's... Shut up. That legitimately made me, like, kind of cringe. Almost as much as Kirby. Why'd you have to include that funny little joke? You try and make, like, this little tense scene, and... You think you're so funny. Okay, blood on the mouth. You tell me. Bro, I just got here. Yeah, he fought back. It might be a perpetrator's blood. Yes, that is true. I expect forensics already took a sample of it, so it might actually help us determine who the perpetrator is. I think that's about everything. What, do I get, like, radon? Is this just Eleanor? You know what, kid? I'm impressed. Maybe we should have you around more often. You did well on your first investigation. Okay, got an achievo. Hey, Chief, do you still need the witness here for anything? Sebastian approached with the dragon who had discovered the body earlier. I recognized her as Adine, the waitress from the cafe. She seemed distraught, which, given the situation, wasn't very surprising. I don't think so. Take her to the department. Get her statement written up, and that should be it. Sure thing. Alright, miss, we're going to have to take you to the department, of course. When she spotted me, however, her composure brined visibly. Oh, it's the human. Go away. Well, I am a human. Well, I'd call you by your name, but you never actually told me it. It's Rick. What are you even doing here? Do you work for our police now? Guess so. Doesn't sound very convincing. I'm not quite convinced either. By the way, I didn't know you also did deliveries. I do a little bit of everything, really. It's nice. I liked my, fish yesterday. I actually didn't. I'm a compulsive liar. You don't have to hide it. I know it's quite an acquired taste. To be fair, I wouldn't have recommended it to someone new like you, but you could always try something different. Here's our number if you want to come to talk. If you want to come in, and we'll deliver anything we have to you. Thanks. That's what he sounds like? I heard that cough. Sorry, I guess we should get going. Bye. Zoom away. I chased after her. What do we do now? I suppose we'll head off too, unless... Oh no. What is it? What? Oh, he's just here now. He got shot. We've got a violent homicide, and of course no way from what the department tells me. I have to find out from a neighbor who wanted to ask me about it. Good thing rumors travel fast, eh? Of course nobody told you. You're on sick leave. Mandatory sick leave, I might add. I'm not here in any of the official capacity, you see. I'm merely enjoying a curative walk in the fresh air and happened to come across you by accident. What do you want? I don't want anything. I just find it interesting that no one tells me about this. But the prime suspect's buddy can mess with the investigation. I see how it is. This guy's so gonna die later on. I don't know if he's like one of the romanceable dragons, but... I know what you're thinking, but don't jump to conclusions here. I don't need to jump to conclusions. I run to them. I think the dead body we found says it all. You really have an attitude problem, you know. If you weren't on sick leave, you'd be suspended right now for attacking Rick yesterday. Do you even have any idea what kind of repercussions this could have on us all? Me attack Rick? As far as I can see, I'm the only one who's injured here. Besides, I'm so sorry for apparently being the only one who's doing his damn job. Oh my god. I can't play this game anymore. Right, let's just sit idly by while the suspect's on the loose and planning his next move. You know, whatever it was Reza was talking about, he was going to tell me just before he showed up yesterday. I don't need to hear you of all people belittling me about this. Like his look. What's your problem? If anything, I want to find him just as much as you do. Don't compare yourself to me, your words mean nothing. Just strangle the dragon. You can pierce it with your little gun. Does my guy... No, my guy doesn't have a weapon, but I need one. No, if you shouldn't even be here, so you better go now and get some rest before I have to take disciplinary action. Fine, but when we find him, you'll see I was right. If I have to prove it myself, so be it. Can he even just do his own investigation like that? Well, as long as he doesn't interfere with us, we can't really stop him from doing things in his own free time. I see. I suspect he won't adhere to the standards of performing an unbiased investigation, though. He has already made up his mind. It's clear to me that he won't be looking for facts, just for evidence to support his own view in order to prove it to us or himself. Who knows? He's always been like that. Always something to prove. We'll have to be careful. He'll be looking for Reza soon enough. I might too. Let's hope you find Reza before... Yeah. He's just gonna strangle him. Yeah, don't worry. Reza will turn up eventually. I surely hope so. You could have been right, but what if Reza was murderer? You know what? If you think of something that might help with the investigation, or if you need anything else, just call me. I will. Well, I think we're done here. Let's go. Pack it up. Bryce sent me back to my apartment. I guess there really wasn't much for me to do in the meantime, as I was spared the more arduous parts of the investigation. Maybe I should have been glad about this, though now I had an afternoon to fill. Oh, shoot. What should I do? I've seen Remy once, so I'll talk to him. He's in the library. He told me to meet him in the lobby, but nobody's here. Maybe I should look for him. He can't be too far after all. You can't expect him to, like, sit on those tiny little chairs. It was quite a spacious building, lined with many bookcases on multiple floors. From the looks of it, it seemed to be as much of an archive as it was a library, with immaculate order permeating the chamber. It was the kind of place I could see myself getting lost in for an afternoon or two. Thumbing through... Wait. Never mind. Thumbing through all the interesting books it could offer me. I was looking around in wonder when suddenly a voice penetrated the silence. Remy. It's Chef Cousteau. I couldn't see who the voice belonged to, but it came from the more private area in the back. You can't talk in the library. It was followed by footsteps that approached it. Oh, you're still here? Of course I'm still here. I have business to attend to. Certainly, I just assumed you'd be done by now, Amira. I guess your assumption was wrong then. Be a good boy and bring me some coffee, will you? Of course, Amira. I heard more movement, though I still could not see either of the two who spoke behind all the bookcases. I assumed the area was off limits to a visitor like myself and decided to wait. Here you go. Now let me read in peace, you silly boy. Of course. I heard him walk towards my direction until he emerged from behind a bookcase and spotted me. Oh, hello, Rick. I didn't expect you so soon. Better be safe than sorry. Well, I'm glad to see you again at any rate. Who was that back there? I guess you heard that, didn't you? That was my superior. She's the Minister of Culture and Arts, which means I'm technically in her employment, though generally speaking I work for the council at large, not just her. What council? So this is where you work, huh? Most of the time, yes. That makes you a librarian, I suppose. There's a little more to it. I'm not just in charge of the books, I'm a scholar and study them too. For example, if the council requests knowledge on certain topics, like facts, statistics, or other information of interest, it is part of my job to research and present it to them in an appropriate manner. Sure. See, you gotta get the smile points. You have to get the dragon to smile. Guess you came to the right place. And now I get to read like 30 books and read all their epic jokes to Phoenix Wright and references. Anyways, was there a particular reason why you wanted to meet me? Oh god. So I can be like flirtatious because it's a dating sim. Or not. I don't really know too much about this man except I'm at his house or something. Do I want to just go all out, go like full on, just trying to get this guy in bed? I'm gonna get banned from YouTube today. Because I'm gonna see certain parts to this dragon which most people might not want to see, and would make most fellows, when they see them, go, yikes. If you know what I mean. Okay, I'm just gonna say this. Oh god. He has this, like, ear blush. How does that happen? Don't say that. How do you just play it off like that? I don't know anyone who would. Like, okay, oh, you're too god. Okay, well, we have a job to do. Maybe he's just trying to, yeah, he's just trying to push past it. Either way, now that you're here, you can help me with something. I've got some books that you need to be sorted over there. Just call them cute, then leave. Alright, how do I fit them in alphabetically? Oh no, the arrangement scheme of the library is based on a sophisticated system that sorts everything in a very intuitive manner based on a number of criteria. Genre, author, complexity, and age. As you can wait, I should have checked if they put a comma before and, then I could tell if this game was made in Britain. Made by British. Made in British. As you can probably tell, we have a lot of specimens, so just sorting them by alphabet would be far from self and efficient. That sounds really boring. I use my hair to express myself. I'm just telling him what he wants to hear. Basically, these 8 books you see over there are all part of a section that was moved, so they'll have to be sorted to their new area. The problem is that their labels are so old that they've started to fade away, which makes sorting them a little harder. They will get new labels soon, but until then, we'll just have to make do with what we have here. All of them are by Hezekiah Akal, a writer on the subject of history, and a very prolific one, I might add. That's the supporter's name, I guarantee it. You will find the shelf they belong to over there. Now it's just a matter of placing them in the right order, from oldest to newest. I've written down everything still legible from the old labels here. For someone like you, play them in order. Oh, crap. Oh, yawning from this. Shouldn't be a problem. I'm getting tired. It's only 11 o'clock. I'll be working on something else in the meantime, so let me know once you're done. I don't want to go for more than 2 hours. I don't even think I want to do Kirby. I'm not in the mood for it. This game's just making me really tired. Hints. The third war is directly preceded by the spark. The first war is directly preceded by the inception. The invention is not the third, seventh, or last book. Is this another puzzle which it just solves itself? The second war is the 4th book. There's only 1 book before the first war. Okay. Wait. Enlightenment, the first war. So there's 6? Okay, let's... Okay, it's like a RuneScape puzzle. Which is the last hint? Oh. I wish it... Okay, Enlightenment. So let's think... Only 1 book before the first war. So the first war is the second book. Okay, first war is second. Preceded? So it's directly preceded. Okay, so it's the inception, the first war, not the third, 7th, or last book. 7th? I thought there were 6. How many books are there, actually? Okay, do I need to write this down? So, okay. Inception. First war. 4th book is Second War, so something comes between first and second, but it's not the invention. Presumably the third war is like the last, directly preceded by... So I assume it goes like 4th, then like... At some point after the third war. So I think third Enlightenment's the last one. Alright. First book is... So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4... Wait. How does this work? The Inception. Second book is... The First War. Okay, so there's 6 more books. Oh my god. This is just a RuneScape puzzle, except it's in a weird format. I wish you could see the hints. They're stuck, I guess they're engine or whatever. I don't know if there's like, I'm sure there's like an engine for, visual novels. Whatever. Show me the hints. So I said, okay, I'm at 2, so I need the third one. I'm thinking it's the tribe. So I don't know what the third could be. Second War is the fourth book. There's only one book before. Okay, so there's 8, so it's not the 3rd, 7th, so it's the... Crap. Okay, I'm thinking Enlightenment is, 8th, Third War is 7th, Spark is 6th, so I think Invention would be 5th, Second War is 4th, and then 3rd is Tribe. Yeah. Tribe... Wait, okay, wait, how does it go again? Second War is the 4th. I already forgot how I went. It's not the 3rd, 7th, or last book. So Invention is 5th. Invention... Wow, I'm really bad at remembering this. Okay, Spark, Third War, Enlightenment. I wish I knew what these were about. Spark, Third War, the Enlightenment. I think that's it. Oh, you're done. Let's take a look then. Wow, I'm a pro. Poop comes... Thank you for your little, Thank you for your input. Seems you got it all right. Well done, Rick. You brought Remy's books into the correct order, and now I'm a librarian. Phew, that was hard work. That was really boring. It gets easier with practice. That's not the only thing that gets easier with practice, if you know what I'm saying. In any case, there's a box here that belongs in storage. You can put that away. I'll finish the last bit of sorting, and then we will be done for the day. Whatever. Sure. Great, see you in a bit then. Phew, that's heavier than I thought. I lifted the box and carried it towards its shelf, but just as I was about to reach it, I tripped suddenly, sending me to the ground as the contents... Oh wow, I'm such a clumsy... Yikes. Spilled their, like, coin collection all over the library and made a bunch of noise. I scrambled to gather the various items as the voice of the dragon. Is everything alright? Before I could answer, Remy came around the corner, his face bearing the look of disapproval. I don't want to play Agario. Why would you... Oh, God. I almost dropped my phone again. It's on the edge of my desk. His face bear a look of disapproval. He stooped... Excuse me, God. He stooped over and helped him... The guy who farts into the microphone. He stooped over and helped me pick up the spilled objects. How does that happen? He's a dragon. How does he stoop over? Does he pick it up with his little claws? I just dropped their priceless coins. Sorry. Sorry? Doesn't look like anything is broken. That could have ended up much worse. I could have dropped the sacred text. I don't want to... No, not Roblox. What is all this stuff anyway? In preparation for your arrival, I wanted to study what knowledge we had on humans. And what did you learn? Heh, not much. The human is a creature shrouded in mystery and legend. I'm right here. Yet one we apparently share some history with. Sure, dragon, tell me I'm the mythological creature. As the story goes, we dragons were once a primitive and savage civilization living in caves and whatnot. We fought other creatures and amongst each other for resources and territory. I've been doing this for an hour and a half. I'm gonna end this soon. This is getting really boring. Like, the dragon got, like, cut up and, like, bled everywhere, and then I just kind of... Now I'm in a library. One day, however, a human arrived who performed many miracles and gave us the gifts of electricity and reason. We refer to this event as our awakening. The problem with Roblox is it's, like, also not interesting. What happened to them, and who were they anyway? They say it was a divine creature, a supernatural being that saved our species by making peace between our... Oh, open Steam, crap. Our clans and uniting us as our numbers were dwindling from our pointless conflicts. And when the deed was done, they ascended from the heavens from where they came, or turned into a dragon and lived among us, ruling with kindness and wisdom, their eventual passing depending on who you ask. And what do you make of this story? As unlikely as it sounds, there is evidence for sudden, unprecedented technological advancement in our timeline. We have artifacts from that time that couldn't have been built with the knowledge he had back then. I'm starting to think you already have a theory. But that's just a theory. A game theory. I take it you are familiar with the way the portals through which you traveled here actually work. I don't know. Sure, not very. Wormholes. Machinery of the portal stabilizes the wormhole so that we may utilize it. We actually are just taking advantage of natural phenomenon. That's pretty cool. Long story short, my theory is that this legendary person stumbled upon one of these natural wormholes, and a split second existed, bringing them to our world. Let me guess, that's exactly what happens, and this guy's just like spilling all the plot. Being thrust into an unfamiliar world, no means to return to their own. Talk about being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Can I leave this place now? Well, what? Know more about them. Why do you care so much about the portal? We found it a while ago. What else have you discovered? Not much. Take a risk of permanent damage so we can't do it ourselves. So far, the only thing that is done for us is looking in your portal. I already know this kinda. We were not sure what was capable of. I'll give you my second. Maybe. How do you play Lego under city cover with two people? Does one control the car? We were not even sure what it was capable of when we initially turned it on. How do you... Wait. Do you have Minecraft on PC? I'd stream Minecraft with you on PC. I'm not joking. Subway Surfers. Cause like, they changed Minecraft so much because Microsoft. They made it so you have to like, do all this stuff to download it and... Well, not really. They just streamlined it a bit, I guess. So that like it... What am I trying to say? Like, Minecraft was like an indie game or whatever. It used to be with Notch, and like it was very like unpolished in places, but Microsoft took Minecraft over. I have it on PC, but no computer. Can you even make like private like servers between like two people? I think Microsoft added that in somehow. Okay, back to this not very exciting story. We actually find your portal, and then we were able to make the connection. Making that discovery must have been very exciting, especially when you made contact with us and started changing letters. You have no idea, especially when Reza arrived and he turned out to be human, and then he shot that dragon with a gun. And like killed him. And then probably cut up that other dragon. Some people still worship them, you know. You have some kind of organized religion. Adoration. For example, there are those who believe there's much more to your sun appearance than there really is. I'd play co-op Minecraft. Is this... I don't know. I don't know if it's anime. I bought it for $5 on Steam because it's like... This game has a... I don't know if it's a reputation because it's not that popular. But because it's just a weird concept. There's nothing supernatural. Maybe you should worship me. That's what I expected. Either way, as a scholar, PDAs, I can show you sometime. I see. Well, don't worry about explaining them. The PDAs are one of the reasons you volunteered to come here. What do you mean? I know them pretty well, enough to explain how they work, at least. They're just... Oh, I love exposition dumping. Nice of you to volunteer. You volunteered as well when you came to meet me, didn't you? I wouldn't think this kind of thing would fall under your jurisdiction regularly. That is true, but by this point, my interest in these matters shouldn't surprise you. My character's name is Rick. You paid for this? Yeah, I paid $5 or something. Or probably less, because it was on sale. Because this... yeah. This game goes on for a while. This isn't the only person you talk to. Initially, they wanted to have an official reception headed for myself, but in the end... security concerns, escorted by police. Yeah, Maverick, how did you know that? Just a hunch. At least I still got to meet you. Were you nervous when you did? Only the brave or foolish wouldn't be. I consider myself neither. I think you were pretty brave, sure. What do they say about curiosity and cats? I'm afraid I don't. There's a moment of silence between us and ours met briefly. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yikes. You could have bought 10 loot boxes in Agario. Why would you get an Agario loot box? It just gives you a circle with a little funny, like, Homer Simpson on it or something. That's not that cool. Here's where the romance comes in. I'm gonna sex this dragon or something. I know that's what's going to happen. I know the nature of this game. It's gonna be very graphical. They're not gonna censor anything, and I'm just gonna get banned from YouTube. That's pretty much all there is to it. Remy, I better go and see. Yeah, we've been talking for like 15 minutes. See what that is about. Maybe it would be better if you didn't stay out in the open. At the end of the hallway, you can find my office towards the right. Wait for me there. Alright. Just zooms off to the right. Hey, look, the scenery changed. XP multiplier. But why would you need experience? It's Agario. So this is your office, Remy. What's in his trash? I'm gonna see his little funny drawing. There's something wrapped in paper. It's partially eaten sandwich. Eat the sandwich. Look at his notebook. Heavy paper, perfect binding. I can tell by the cover alone that it's not the cheap stuff, but it's real quality bookmarking. Or mass multiplier. Alright, let's take a peek inside. Looks like unsorted notes. His handwriting is terrible. A-M-E. Enemy. Nope, you can't make it out. Drink his coffee. Still a little bit left in the cup. Yeah, I'll just drink his stuff for him. Just get, like, dragon aids. It's just a mirror, nothing special about it. How is a dragon supposed to live in this little room? How is he supposed to sit on that chair? Veteran skins. Who cares about skins, though? You're playing with 5-year-olds. Like, so you can get clout with, like, people you're never gonna see again? Do you get a reputation in that game? No, because it's like a free online thing that anyone plays. Your game sucks and you should feel bad for enjoying it. That's the gist of it. Look at his computer. I'm gonna find his viruses. I'm gonna find his porn tab. Screen camera icon by aware of a machine. After a few seconds, colorful images appear on screen. Oh no. Oh no. What's this? They have their funny little game here. Oh, I hate this. Have you come here to beg for mercy? No, Ayla, we've come to stop you. Your reign of terror over the land of Marmoa is over. You're outnumbered. Just give up and we can end this without bloodshed. This is teaming with my the area is teaming with my soldiers. I outnumber you thousands to 1, but I don't even... What is this? Is it supposed to be like a funny little thing? Oh, you pompous shit. I bet that's Sid shit. I won 12 Battle Royale games in Agario just today, so... I'm so happy for you. His name's Bonner. It's like Boner. Calm down, Edith. Focus. I'm sorry it has to come to this. But this ends now. Ronin, get them. Grr. Battle start. Edith uses Whirlwind. Oh, I get it. It's their little Dragon Quest reference. Their Final Fantasy reference. Boner used Earthquake. And killed him. I like these stock sound effects. Ronin takes 465 damage. Grr. Cosmic Horror. Oh no. He's using Sephiroth attack. What was that? Oh no, he just killed them all. Oh. Wait, what? Are they allowed to just do that? Like reference reference like Windows 10 in that way? What the? Hey, what are you doing? Nothing. Did you even touch the computer? I just want to see what was on it. Just look through your personal belongings. Well, whatever you did, at least it seems to be okay. You got any games on your computer? Oh no, my game. What's wrong? You saw a game running, right? Yeah, I played a little. I had it saved specifically, I wanted to play it later, now it's all gone. I don't think these people know how computers work. You just touch it like blue screens. Computers don't even blue screen anymore. Dude, why didn't you save 12 times a minute? So much preparation, so much grinding just to get there. I can't do it all again, you wouldn't understand. Actually, I do. This guy's a freaking nerd. You do? Yeah, we used to have similar games where I came from. We had Final Fantasy VII. It's really bad. It looks like you live here. I have to work late. It's easier just to stay here. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm at this guy's like job and his like library job, and he like lives here, even though he doesn't, because I live at his house. I have the knowledge of the whole library at my fingertips and can use the resources and equipment as I please, like this computer. Don't you have one at home? No, we generally don't have this kind of technology in every household, though it's not exactly rare either. We just use it where we need it. Back home, we used to have computers everywhere. Most of us even carried one on our wrist wherever we went. Is that so? What was that? Oh, that means the library will be closing pretty soon. If you want to do or ask anything in particular, now is the time. Are you available? Oh, no. Yikes. Cow mannequin. What's a cow mannequin? What does he mean by available? What do you mean by that? I don't know either. For a relation... Oh, God. The answer is going to be no. Yikes. Anyways, I thank you for now. If there's any way I can repay you, just let me know. Yeah, I want you to date me. Freaking dragon? God. I don't like where this is going. Yeah, okay, you can't date me, but let's just go on dinner together. That's totally not suspicious. You've got my number. Don't I live at his house? Have a nice evening. You too. Oh no. Yikes. Would I see him again? I wasn't sure, but I kept his number just in case. Uh-oh. I'm back at his house. More free time. What should I do? I really don't care. I've been going for like 146. If all the other people talking to are like that long as well, I don't really know about this. I kind of just want to end here because it's been nearly 2 hours and I'm getting like a headache. My head hurt. Oh. Whatever. I'm gonna do one more of these or whatever. Let's find Bryce. I vaguely remember Bryce. He's the policeman. Once again, I found myself within a police department which seemed oddly quiet for its time of day. It didn't take long for me to spot Bryce in his office. Oh no. Hey Rick, what's up? Nothing much, but you told me to contact you if I could remember anything that might help with the investigation. That's right, what do you have for me? Am I gonna get to look? I'll give you 500 Robux if you make Lego City Undercover 2. That's a good offer, but I'm going to have to deny it because I hate Roblox. I'm not sure if it's worth mentioning, but I have known Reza for a couple of years, so I'll know some things about his personality. I see. Well, that's actually more helpful than you might think. Mannerisms, habits, all kinds of things would be useful to add to his profile and to get a better idea of him. You know, I'm just about done here for the day, but if you want to discuss it over a beer or something, I'd be more than happy. Let's go. Let's do it. We're just gonna, like, have a pub crawl. Okay. Oh, I think they actually just took a picture of, like, a place for this. I don't actually think this is a drawing. Here we are. Not too shabby, I had to admit. And just in time for happy hour. Do you come here often? Sometimes. Oh god, I hate this. Hey, you two, what can I bring you? Just the usual. One generic beer for the chief of police. Sure thing. How about you, Rick? Yeah, hell yeah. Noted, I'll be right back. He always keeps his eye closed and just like this bad posture. How does he even carry them though? A way to return a drinking bowl as wide as it was tall. I filled to the brim with the foam-topped dark amber liquid, carefully set down in front of Bryce, who didn't hesitate to take a big gulp. How do they just have glasses for me though? That doesn't work. You can't just do that. Just call me if you need anything, of course. 1,000 Robux. Now you're talking. I'll consider that, maybe. So what is it you wanted to tell me about Reza? There are a few things. I mean, they're probably not much, but anything might help, right? That's right. Anything unusual about him, anything that defines his character, or stands out about him could help us. How about you tell me what you know about him? Well, the earliest memory I have of him was when we both went to the same school. We only shared a few classes, though, and a couple of friends. Overall, I'd say he was an above-average student. We didn't talk very often, but he always was very outspoken. Never failed to speak up or make his opinions known. He was the kind of person that I'd fully expect to become a politician one day, or at least an activist of some sort. That's the impression I got from him. He spoke a lot, but you could also expect him to act on his word. Of course, his nature caused him to clash with others, sometimes even including the school staff. Though his genuine enthusiasm also garnered praise from them, he was quite a character. After he graduated, I didn't hear anything about him for a long time. Only some years later, after he found the portal, was I surprised to find he was the human who would be sent to your world. He had volunteered. It wasn't until I was already here that I actually met him again, however brief our interactions were. But then I already told you everything about what happened prior to the eventual scuffle with Maverick, where you shot him with a gun. There's only one thing that stands out to me about these events. In the restaurant, when he told me about the letter, he mentioned I wouldn't know how to read its secret message. I know he values the use of his own intellect, but when I received the letter later, he apparently fully expected me to remember a random chemistry class we had together years ago in order to see the message. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Why would you just expect this guy to know to, like, meet you with this coded message at, like, 10? There's only a few hours to spare. I see, so you did not arrange this beforehand. No, not at all. I had no idea. It is quite peculiar. I know, I still wonder what he would have told me if Maverick hadn't interfered with Meta the portal. We do as well, and you can believe that. How was Maverick even allowed to intercept the letter and read it? He could have easily done so since he was in charge of Rez and everything, but he totally shouldn't have. I mean, we wouldn't do anything of the sort with you. Everything he has done in regard to Rez has been a show of character. Poor show of character. I suppose so. In any case, thanks for telling me all of this. You never know when this kind of information could be useful. No problem. Just when I thought an awkward silence might set in, Bryce spotted the waiter and didn't hesitate to speak up. Hey waiter, bring me another. I didn't notice, but while I was talking, Bryce had been busy sipping on his drink. The empty bowl before him was proof of his proficiency, while I had barely touched my own drink. Fruit, eat it up. Here you go. There he goes. Bryce was about to start in a second when he suddenly spoke up. You know what? Why don't we have ourselves a drinking contest? Sure. That's what I like to hear. Considering they don't even have cars, at least I won't have to worry about drinking and driving. The rules are simple. We both get around. Then we wait a few moments. I feel like I saw a car in like an earlier thing. I don't know about that. We both get around, then we wait a few moments until the next run so effects can kick in. Whoever gives up first loses. That sounds, yeah. Let's do it. Wait until you have a swig of the real stuff and we'll see how easy it is for you. Alright, let's do this. He made a show of looking me in the eyes while he lowered his muzzle into the bowl before he started guzzling his drink noisily. He was gone in a second. Certainly it's going to be tough. My confidence faltered, but there's no turning back now. How did I think I could win a drinking contest against a frickin' dragon? You can't say that. It's offensive to him. Nevertheless, I grasped the drink, putting in the best show I could while I tried to recreate Bryce's feat. After the first sip, however, I realized it was very different from any other beer I had tried before. Yet I persevered through the intense taste until the glass was empty. I'm just getting peer pressure into getting, like, shit-faced. Probably wasn't as impressive as Bryce had been just moments earlier, but I couldn't afford to show any weakness. My plan was cut short, though as I set down the glass, an unusually strong aftertaste hit me, causing me to make a face. How'd you like it? Some really strong stuff. I told ya. You better know beforehand how much you can take. Or I'll hit you harder later on. Wanna give up already? Heck no. I'm not gonna let him win, that'd just be dumb. As you wish. When's the next round starting? Soon enough. Do you feel it? Do you feel the buzz kicking in already? He poisoned them. Don't lie to me, I can see in your face. Unless that's blushing, I see, not the alcohol. That's not... I'm not buzzed. You have to keep like a... You can't like make yourself look weak here. Is that so? Anyways, how do you feel... How do you like it here so far? I mean, compared to wherever it is that you came from. I guess that's neat. I'll see how much it is like when I've drunk you under... I don't like how you worded that. Under the table. Yeah, you're gonna have to restate that, buddy. Waiter, bring us another round. Coming right up. There he is. Have ourselves a little contest, are we? You know how it goes. That I do. Be careful, Rick. He's a pro. But my name's Rick. And since this... What is that thing? Oh, no. Oh, yikes. Ooh, I don't like that. I really don't like that. Why does it have, like, things coming out of it? What are the point of these? Some guy came in with his cool little OC and was like, here, put my cool epic dragon in this. His name is Zith. There's something about a contest? Maybe. Up to your own shenanigans, I see. Now don't spoil the fun. I'll go around telling people about what you're up to either. Point taken, enjoy. Of course you wouldn't have challenged me if I wasn't coming to win, because also... Wow, they shoehorned that character in so hard. Like, someone gave them like $1,000 on the Kickstarter, probably. I don't know the exact amount. Here's my awesome OC. His name's Zith. He have Thanes on him. He's the epic, coolest dragon you'll ever know. They just, like, put him in. They don't say why he's related, and he's just overhearing this contest. They never mention him at all. I doubt he's even going to come up again. Guess I'll just have to try my best. I went first last time, so it's your turn now. I put the glass to my lips and started swallowing the drink, the dark amber liquid. I was struck by how much more difficult this round was compared to the first. One thing that always puzzled me about seasoned drinkers was the sheer amount of liquid they could ingest without issue. Keep it down, however, was a much different question. But this contest wasn't about keeping it down. There, your turn. Did I see you struggling there for a second? Let's see how you do. I've had much worse this before. This guy's a big wimp. I can beat him. Let me demonstrate. Once again, he consumed his drink. Those swigs were noticeably slower than before. His resolve was also fading, though not as fast as mine had. As he clearly held the advantage, was there any way I could still win this round? There. Now, let me ask you a question. I know you want to tell me... You have to talk with a slurred speech. I know you want to tell me all this stuff about Resident. Was that the only reason you wanted to meet with me? Why doesn't it hurt? Oh, fun doesn't... okay, I don't like that either. Okay, just because I want to see awkward dialogue. Oh god, he's winking. I won't disagree with that. Waiter, next round. Coming. There you go. How are you holding up? Just fine, thanks for asking. If you say so, good luck. I'm noticing a trend here. Was it your turn or is it mine? It's yours. Alright. But now it was obvious that Bryce was faltering, though he still was faring much better than I was. He even had to take a break in the middle of his beer, unable to down at one go. Now it's yours. He was a lot heavier than me, even though his bowels had far more liquid than my glasses. How did I think I'd stand a chance against him? When I picked up my glass, I didn't have a feeling in my fingers anymore. I had to pause a few times, but in the end, I made it. I wasn't sure how much more I could take. So what do we do now? Wait for you to throw up so I win. You wish. I can see you're close. Just a question of time now, Sonny. Oh, now everything's blurry. Can I ask you a question? Oh god. Now that they're drunk, they're gonna do something they'll regret in the morning. Go ahead. Oh no, why are you so damn attractive? Now I have to use that answer. See, they're going to regret this in the morning. That's going to be very awkward. I just damn got nothing more to say about that. Waiter, next round. There you are. I really don't think we should be drinking anymore. Blearily, Blearily? The dragon looked at me, seemingly unable to focus. I could see he was hitting his limit, but so was I. Maybe if I just held out a little longer. Whose turn is it even? It's mine. Good. Oh no, wait. Did I screw up? Can I like trick him into going first so that I won? At this point I had difficulties picking up my glass. I was about to give up, but I was sure if I held on just one more round it'd be over. I could still win this. I had to wait a few moments after each sip in order to continue. I did not give up until eventually the glass was empty. Remove, Chief. I guess my feet caught him off guard. He seemed genuinely impressed, if nothing else. This showed me to be that even his own conviction was cracking now. I could totally win this. Okay. I gotta save now, because he's gonna, like, murder me, because I beat him in the game. You're cute, I like you, I really do, but I sure... Oh, God. Sure as heck I'm not gonna let you win. He stopped at one point, panting heavily. I considered taking a cheap shot in, but as he had refrained from doing so during my turn, I wasn't going to start now. There. Oh, no. Now the screen's just shaking, kinda. I was getting tired. I could hear Bryce's voice, but I could not make out the individual words anymore. I decided to rest my eyes just for a little bit. Oh no. Yeah, I'm just shit-faced, but I won. Because I did it first. Hey, are you okay? You fell down and you look kind of messed up. Yeah, I think we've taken this too far. Good to hear that. Ready for another round, or do you give up? Yeah, I'm just gonna drink myself to death. Actually, no, once you're laying on the ground, you better stop. Does that mean I win? I didn't say that. You know, it was fun watching all, but you both had enough for the evening. I think you better leave now. After you've come out from under the table, that is. Okay, well, I won. I never gave up. Alright, I'll be going then. Wait a minute. What is it? Maybe you should go with him just to make sure he gets home safely and doesn't do anything stupid, you know. It's kind of an unspoken rule here that whoever is his drinking buddy does so. Uh-oh. When I looked over and I discovered that Bryce had passed out for a moment. This could prove difficult. Fine. Why don't you do it? You know where he lives. Come on, let's get you home. Just gonna carry this giant fucking dragon on my back. He's still unconscious. I don't know. Put some pepper. I'm an idiot. Is that you, Rick? Where am I? What did you do to my nose? Did you shove something up there while I was out or something? Still in the bar and I just put some pepper there to wake you up. That's the best you could come up with? I'm drunk. What did you expect? Oh, shut up. This guy's a dick. Come on, let's get you home, you big wuss. Weird how this started off being like, it was like supposed to be like an investigation. I woke looking at an unfamiliar ceiling. For a moment I wondered where I was. Before the events of last night all came back to me. As I got up and looked around, I realized I apparently slept on the floor. Where am I? This isn't my apartment. Oh god. Oh no. Guess I must have passed out after I got Bryce home. Hey Bryce. Wake up, fatty. Good morning. Oh no. Oh god. I'm going the romantic route with this. Dragon moved down the ladder, growing before opened his eyes. Damn, my head. Why are you even here? I guess I must have passed out after I escorted you home. Oh right, after our little game. Do you even remember who won? I did. I don't even know, but you stood your ground. I respect that. You didn't do anything funny while I was passed out, did you? Oh no. Rose from the couch with a nice morning stretch, rubbed his eyes, then held his head high as he let out a high grunt and a big yawn. Alright, you know what? I'm sorry. The whole contest thing was a stupid idea and I shouldn't have suggested it, especially not to you. Well, it's not like you forced me to participate, so I suppose I share some of the blame. Let's just pretend the whole thing never happened. I don't think so. I remember every word you said. Wait, what time is it? Ugh. That's my favorite time. Ugh, o'clock. I really should get going or I'll be late for work. You know how to get back to your apartment from here, right? I think so. Guess you should get going as well, kiddo. Maybe I'll see you some other time. Oh, was that just the end? Oh, shoot. Hope. Chapter 2. I thought there'd be more after that, but that's actually a really long chapter. We got some ASMR fire crackling. I don't want to do this anymore. Maybe later. Another day, another morning. I woke from my dreams filled with fire and smoke. The sun shining through the window gave me a comforting feeling of familiarity, despite the portal in the distance reminding me of my purpose here. Wait. Okay, I'm just gonna save. I got all the achievements. Refused to help Bryce 99 times. So there's just all these like achievements you can get. I feel like it spoils stuff. But whatever. I don't really want to do this anymore. This game's okay, I guess. It's a weird concept, but not really, because these dating simulators are visual novels or whatever. In order to like grip people to play them or even be interesting, they have to say, okay, so basically it's a visual novel, but there's like some weird you're not dating people, you're dating some weird like otherworldly creature, like a dragon or a lizard man. I think I'm done. So it's just, I guess that's a good time to end chapter 2. I don't know how many chapters there are. Whatever. I'm not doing Kirby. I can't. I'm too, but I think like I watched the freaking dragon drink his stuff and then die on the couch. And like I resonate with that or something. I don't know. Resonate's a cool word. That's not the coolest word though. I'm trying to think what my favorite word of all time is. Like I love the word ass blast. Well, that's not really a word, but like the slang? Is that what you call it? Like the just phrase, like that kid totally got ass blasted. You probably shouldn't say kid. I guess just person. That man. Yeah, that's sorry. Doesn't sound as bad. Those other ones are shit-faced is good. I used that earlier because that's what I was in the game.